Yeah, yeah. My bad, my bad. Okay, I am hearing you on my phone, but I don't hear you on the live stream. But I'm not sure that if they are hearing me too. I am trying to. Okay, okay, okay. No, so great. About the boycott, I think that's a good
Now I'm
trial.
back.
Thank you to Honeybee, your former state fellow, a girl that I love the work, how that she thinks and how she worked for the community since a long time ago before she stopped to play, and she come back and trying to improve the community. So I like we try to see on the younger states some good people trying to make things better, but the big force come most of the time from older states, from older players, because their influence is much bigger and they know much more
And
players.
they've
And
been
she's one
screwed
of
longer than the rest.
she's one of that big names that people care to listen her. So I it's a very very good trial, and I think we have a decent chance to have something. But I'm truly believe that we will not get all we want.
Well, I've seen a lot of debatable things going on since the boycott started, and even before the boycott started. And mostly the first thing that was on people's minds is, by the way, somebody's asking you from what state you are, Pablo. And I
I am
believe he's 95 and 90.
I'm playing on 90, on 95. My main castle is there, and I play with a friend on 90. Two, it's a 90, and I have a small castle on 96, but I don't play there anymore.
So the
It's just a
first
small castle, a big farm, C25 farm.
the first thing that was on people's minds was what if not a lot of people will join and others will spend? It doesn't matter. The boycott is about reducing the income for the company. The more, the better, obviously. And some will say, but it's not fair if others spend and others don't. Personally, I don't understand this part. Like, I would understand if the boycott would mean you need to invest money to achieve something, but this is about saving your money. Like, the boycott is literally asking you stop wasting your money so you get something good in return. So I don't understand how that is the bad part. But I guess people are so competitive about this game regarding the spending part, obviously, that they are afraid that somebody's gonna spend and they won't, and they will lose offers that later they're not gonna get. But um, come on, guys, it's for your own good. It's just a mobile game, and you're not gonna get anything so dramatically uh, amazing in the game because you didn't spend 1 week. Because if that's so, that means Jesus Christ, you are literally on a race of wasting your money every single day, because just not to fall behind, which I find absurd. But these are the main subjects regarding the boycott, at least what I've seen on the chats.
But being quite honest, someone that use spend that much that be bothered to fall behind someone on that spending haste. I see very simple. You can just if you can't if you are so addicted to the game that you can't stop spending on it. So my suggestion. So just sign on Alliance Cup. It's the only thing that you miss on the next week. So it's a very good amount of medals. So just Alliance Cup and okay, you hold yourself. Because if you can't skip for your addiction, it's fine. We can request more than that from you, and you can turn the fun game that you have spending your money. It's your right. You can do whatever you want with your money, and if you can't cut that funny thing that you do, so try to choose something that will not be a big spending and will hurt them on the pocket. So avoid to buy tons of package to hero recruitment or tons of package about hidden materials or whatever. Try to hold yourself and try to focus on very small packages with very good returns and with paybacks. So you can save a little bit of your money during some times and you can hurt them anyway. If you can't deal with this, so maybe it's your only choice.
Lol, your video died. Right, let's focus a bit on questions in the chat. Do you guys think there will be a totally different Eden or some event? I feel like Eden is getting too much the same, boring. Yeah, I've already discussed that in the last video. For me, when we're discussing changes in Rise of Empires or something new, some may argue, oh, but look how many things they added to the game in the past month, for example. Yes, they added a lot of things, but not but looking at the main action of the game, which revolves around Reign of Chaos and afterwards Eden. That is the main event. Kill event is cute, but the main event is Eden or Rock, depending on which state you're from. So when when they are saying we're gonna add something new, I don't need a variation of what we already have. I want something new because it's been a while. Like, you cannot tell me, seriously tell me, that from Eden to Eden conflict you needed so many developers and so much investment to make the same map and the same game split in two. And you cannot tell me the same story about Eden Conquer, which is the same thing, but split to four. Like, it's the same bloody thing. You're not doing something new to tell me that you needed to invest half of your money to do so, because you didn't. So if they want to actually pretend they're giving something to the players, all the little events that they added lately, they're cute, but that has nothing to do with what they really need to do. Then, was there a poll for the boycott? Poll regarding what? Like voting system for the changes, or I presume he's referring to like how Pablo said at the beginning. This was mainly organized between old school players because they've been a longer time in the game. They have more influence, more better contact with the bigger spenders. Because let's face it, a mega spender is gonna spend as much as 100 of the little ones. So those are the important ones when it comes to the boycott. And yeah, the majority did apply for the boycott because of it. People will spend, but the reduction in spending is massive, and that's exactly my point. It doesn't matter if some cheat or some don't care. The more you reduce, the better. But that's the point of the boycott, just making the players stop spending or reducing their spending till it hurts the company. So if this boycott doesn't work, then you continue to keep on doing it till you get a reaction from the game. Some players left the alliance to spend. They are complete morons. What can I say? How
Yeah,
desperate are you to waste your money? Jesus fucking Christ. It's like,
that's very very weird to hear. I listened about a team that spends around 4 million points on a day, and they joined the boycott the next day one. So you want to join the boycott, so you spend a truck of money on the game, then you the next day wake up and say, okay, I'm in. it's just it's
like,
just something we cannot
come
even
on.
I cannot even think about it.
We had, I think it was Life that spent before the boycott started, but the spending didn't go in. He complained to the game, and then the game finally put his purchase in, and the purchase came in after the boycott started, and everybody started flaming him. Dude, what are you doing? Why are you spending? We agreed that we're not gonna spend. It was like, it's not my fault. It can also happen like that, but to leave the alliance just so people cannot see that you're so addicted that you need to spend your money in the game, that's sad, bro. That's whatever.
Yeah. I'm seeing a uh, little space for hope on that boycott, mainly because we are trying to organize players that are not yet trying to talk with the developers. One thing that we played the game about almost 3 years, I don't know, and since that we had always a problem. We don't have any bonds, any contact, any bridge with the developers since forever. We can, people like me and you and other guys are trying to know very basic stuff like how the damage is calculated in the game. And we didn't had a shot with the developers to have this answer. And almost all games you can do the maths. We can know the maths about the damage. It's not a big thing. It's not something spectacular, and you can do that. Very bigger games like Clash of Clans that is tons bigger than Rise of Empires, and you can there you can simply know the damage calculation of each unit, your hero or whatever. And Rise of Empires don't allow you do that. That's something very nonsense from Rise of Empires. So. Uh, and I think maybe it's the best shot we had since years to get in touch with the developers. They try to listen us something to listen, and maybe we can build something beyond the that's just money grabbing relationship that they have, like they are our hookers and we just spend money to they give us a small fund during 5 minutes.
Pretty much. That kind of sums it up, hookers. What's the word on the bloody soaked dragonite? From what I've heard, they decided not to introduce the blood soaked because I'm the one that called it bloody, but I think it was blood soaked dragonite. They decided not to introduce it to the game after so many complaints about too many spending items and so on. And fair enough, it was hard enough to get 4 DMs. To combine 4 DMs just to get the blood soaked meaning that you need 4, 5, 20 DM sets to be maxed out. Like Jesus Christ.
They have no sense.
Um, Parabéns, amigos, pelo bem trabajo. Congratulations, friends, for the good work. Thank you for the translation also. I could have
Two
just read the
languages.
English part. Do you think the planned proposal will work? As I said, if the community is smart and they actually want to change and stop acting as if, oh my God, they're just gonna ignore it, they cannot ignore it. The only reason they made this game is to make money. It's a company, guys. So if they don't make money, they don't have a company. So if the community is smart enough to cut off their budget, then they don't have a choice. They have to. It's not a matter of they want, they like. They have to do what we say. Otherwise, they go broke and they go down together with the rest of China, considering the economic crisis they have there. But yeah, I'm not concerned that the boycott wouldn't work. The only concern I have is that the communities that are gonna keep on with this conspiracy thinking uh, about, oh my God, the other players will not do it and so on. No, as again, the more you do it, the better. But it's not a necessity that every single one has to do it. And again, you're getting asked to not give money. If you're so desperate to give money, I have a lot of way how you can donate either to me or to Pablo to support our work, which I think it's a better investment than uh, than the game. Just saying. Glenn Martinez. I live in Norway. Pay $116 for 30 tickets. My friend from state pay $106 for same 30 tickets. From what I've heard, Chinese pay much less. This is problem for me, not just for you, for everybody. And as you probably saw, Rise of Empires already figured that out. That players started using loaders to gain the same advantages as the Chinese players, you know. And now they're banning loaders because that means less money paid from other countries with bigger economies. So they are like their response to the boycott was the exact opposite of what they're supposed to do. And from my perspective, that's gonna hurt them even more because now the community really sees the greed that this game has. Like when the response to a boycott is let's increase the spending and reduce the chances of you not spending, then you know who you're dealing with.
And something very, we had chance to see something, some behaviors that scares me. One good example, the you have a GM on Discord that's called EVL and something. I don't know the name,
That's
her
my
name.
baby. I
Yeah,
think she's. I think she was the one that muted me.
yeah, she has a issue. People
She
was
has a
trying to bring
period.
the boycott them to the Discord because we have a huge amount of people, or relevant people, uh, sticking together to say to the game, "Oh, we don't want this." So she is muting and banning everyone on Discord because simply they don't want the right to the people to simply attack the game. Yeah,
Sucks. To
and her thesis about what we are doing, she called chief.
illegal.
She called the illegal, and chief. The she basically called us chiefs because we don't want to spend our money on the game to try to make the do chances. So uh, I don't know the kind of preparation we have to do as a community manager to bring this kind of people with so small preparation to be on their role. Yeah. Uh, People like them, people like she don't know very much about the game. She don't know very deep content.
Kind of
Yeah,
nobody does. I've never seen the GMs on the Discord like ever doing something like support type of
yeah,
things, like where you give information to players about the game and not just be there to mute or ban people when they cross the line. And with crossing the line, Jesus Christ, not that I don't care. I really don't care. I never sat on the damn Discord. Very rarely. If people tagged me, I would go in just out of respect for the players that tagged me. But otherwise, I would just use the platform to share the videos, and my videos are there for the players, not for them, not for the bloody game. The
yeah.
only reason I exist is because the game sucks when it comes to delivering information to the players. If not, I wouldn't even be here. So
No,
the
and
fact that she muted me because I was disrespectful to who? To Ackerley? For
I don't have a word to that banishment. That mute was something very crazy in my opinion.
I don't care. Like just to show the amount of not giving a fuck. This is why I went full out on the last video and just made it just as obvious as you can make it how much I care about her mute or her Discord channel for that matter. I'm the only thing I'm sorry about is that every single person that tried to share my video on the Discord got instantly muted or banned because of my thumbnail there, literally asking for a mute.
That's kind of power abuse. That's why something very nice happened when I started to play the game. When I started to play the game, we had abandoned Reddit channel that nobody was using, and a moderator gave me the Reddit channel because he's not even playing anymore, and I take care of it to work on it. Then I made a Viber channel to people talk. We have a very big Facebook managed by players. I think the main one is bigger than than done by the developers. The channels can't be managed by developers. Can't be. They, of course, I think they have to have influence over that, since you can make a channel be rock people sharing about how to hack stuff or to cheat the game, and I think that would be forbidden. People can't use public channels to break the game rules, but people need to use the channels to talk about the improvement that the game need to have. And all the GMs on the Discord don't work for the community; they work for the company, and that's an issue for me, a very big one, because we you start to build instead we use a channel to build a bridge between players and the developers. We use them to make a very deep valley in between them two. Today it's very bizarre how far we are from the developers. Like you and Ponteo have very big channels, the best ones, and me and Velansky's probably have the biggest website related to developers. None of we four never had a live talking with Q&A and with any developer. We have a Reddit channel with about 5,000 readers and about 30,000 people that read and isn't subscribers. And we are talking about maybe uh, me and you and Ponteo and Velasquez together. We talk about 100,000 players reading our content. And even with that much of players, none of us even never had any talk with developers, a live key and way, just question and answers and nothing like that. That's something very unique. You can see bigger games, tons bigger, like Blizzard, Riot Games, any other
which
big
thrive
company.
on
uh,
specifically
they
that.
will talk with the developers. Developers will bring the players inside their institution, and we don't have it is on Rise of Empires. And maybe that's boycott is our better trial since I start to play to have this bridge really done. And I think the first thing you will need to have it's the end of the one thing, the end of this manipulation on Discord. Shams on Discord can't be the ones forbidding players to complain. People need to be able to complain, to be not satisfied, because on any game it happens. People with that play on Dota or League of Legends or any shooting game like Fortnite, Free Fire, Counter Strike, people complain about game imbalance on every chat. People complain about behavior. People
Because
complain
it's
about the
normal.
lack of the action of the moderators to ban someone that's racist or sexist or nazist. I don't care. But people, developers listen that complaints and they improve how they work. And Rise of Empires made a channel to try to control our opinion. That's something that we can have.
Now, for
That
the risk of sounding racist, I would put it into the fact that it's a Chinese company and a bit of authoritarianism is going in there, where we do what we want and you just shut up and obliged.
maybe that makes some sense. Make a sense.
So I personally I would throw it that way, because like as much as you want to throw the racist tag on me, it is like that. Like, talk to any Chinese person about life in China and you're gonna see that there is this, you're not allowed to talk about certain things, especially when it comes to companies and work. But this is client talk. Like, the players are the clients here. Glenn Martinez, thank you for the 100, bro. The clients need to talk because this is why they're fucking paying you. they're paying you, so you have to listen, because otherwise you wouldn't exist without the clients. And this is what this boycott is about, to remind Rise of Empires that you guys, the players, are the bloody clients, and they need to serve you, not the other way around.
Yeah. And it's one thing that's very important to say. We have, I know that the company will have a behavior, maybe to have a kind of censorship, a dictator behavior, but we'll talk about GMs that are player like us. They are players that are behaving to protect a company, and I don't know. They simply play another game because they should be also satisfied about something like game balancing, deep grinding, and unlimited resources that we need to grab in forever, and like a poor gameplay and all of that, a lot of bugs and a heavy game with no sense skin like castle with wings, and that kind of behavior. They don't care. They seems not looking at it. People, they seems looking just and about uh, how they can get more money, and that GMs are not caring about what they play, what they are building. And I was I like I not a GM, I was like a moderator on past games, and when I was a moderator, I worked very much to teach the community my best possible and give my best to the community when I until I quit the game. And we had a very solid community and growing, and it was very fun to play with them. But we don't see that. Like one very curious things on any game, GMs and developers, they have their role and their recognition between the players. If you look Tibia on the oldest MMORPG on the internet, people know the Cipsoft GMs by name. When you play League of Legends, people know that has a GM called Dringamer and a GM called Rise, and people know the GM by name. And Ragnarok, people know the GMs. People create bonds between GMs, and
Because
they
that's
see
a
them as authority.
amazing marketing strategy. Like, it's good for the bloody game. I don't understand why Rise of Empire is so bloody slow to understand that. It's in their interest. But the only thing that makes sense in my brain, because I'm always trying to find the logic in stupid things, but the only thing that makes sense in my brain about how Rise of Empires is dealing with this, or Long Tech for that matter, is the fact that they never planned for Rise of Empires or LSS to be a long term game. I think they planned it to be like, we release the game, gather the players, extort as much money from them as possible till the game dries out, and then we make a new one. Because by the looks of how they made their games, from LSS to Rise of Empires to Ant game, this is this pretty much looks like their plan of, it doesn't matter if the game dies and the players leave, we just make a new game and we do the same strategy and take as much money from them as possible, because you never know. So I think that's the problem here. Rise of Empires never meant to make this game last for so long. This is why they're just soaking as much money as possible without any interest of what's gonna happen to the game because of it.
Yeah.
Let me just go fast through the chat. Where were we?
Okay.
Uh, I would suggest to give 1 star rating to the game at Play Store. I already give like 2 years ago, but yeah.
Yeah.
It became an addiction to me. If I don't buy something, I can't keep up. That's the strategy. That's a very good marketing strategy from this money grabbing type of games. They make the game in such a way where if you don't spend, you fall behind, and all the spending you did before that becomes irrelevant. This is what the boycott is about, to stop that and make the, like, there should still be a possibility for you to spend, but not to be a pressure on you as a spender that you need to spend, because if not, everything you spend for becomes irrelevant. En último ítem de 10 héroes, 9 fueron repetidos. I need to practice my Spanish because I'm going to Spain soon. uh, yeah, In the last Eden, 10 out of 9 heroes were repetitive. Heroes que ya he maximado horrible. Heroes that I had maxed out. Horrible. Yay, I can still speak a bit of Spanish. Yeah, I've already said that a million times, and this is my main thing about rewards, especially the recruitment part is also a different problem, but the rewards, Jesus Christ, after you spend so much time and investment in Eden, you should at least have the choice of one hero. It's impossible that you spend 3 to 4 seasons to max out one single bloody hero, and until then they release another eight. It's just stupid. It's again one of these money grabbing strategies where you are forced to spend your butt out just to keep up with the game. Then from Glenn Martin Nice or Nace? Just tell me in the chat if I said it right. Impressed you spelled my name right. Yay! Yeah, I was very furious finding out. I was like, what the fuck, 1,500 euros per month for 1 year. I'm still not as strong as the most Chinese. Yeah, welcome to Rise of Empires. What should I say? It's the worst part when after like 2 or 3 years you realize that the people you are competing with in spending actually didn't spend as much as you did. It just makes you feel like a moron. And in all fairness, that is kind of the situation because of how the game wanted it. They put the prices in Rise of Empires depending on the economy of each country. So usually the lesser economies kind of pay less, and bigger economies like you go into North Europe or America and so on, you're gonna pay way more than the rest. She's supposed to be a part of the community. Lol, all the GMs were the normal players at some point, probably discussing about Eve from Discord. Nah, I think she's just on her period, like literally every single day, and this is why she's acting like that, because she just has this entitlement when she talks and gives one of those explanations for everything she does, as if it's like I'm literally looking at politics in America at the moment regarding Donald Trump and the MAGA politicians. This is how I look at the Discord GMs, like, Jesus Christ, what are those explanations? Then, over the last few months, I think the game has made some steps in the right direction, but it seems every step forward has 2 to 3 steps backwards. It seems though, because even though they added a lot of events where you get, like I can say for a fact from my experience, I kept on staying at 120,000 medals or war badges, sorry, uh, as a free to play player, which sounds awesome. But in the same time, they also add for each free stuff, they add more opportunities for the spenders to spend even more, which gets the spenders in the same area. And the difference between spenders and free to play players remains the same. So it looks like they give more free stuff, but in fact, they actually just move the bar higher for the spenders. Then it's not fun if not hard work come before pay. In the beginning of the game, hard work was important. Now, if you are strong, you can win a whole Eden map. This is pretty much what Pablo says every single live stream. how how his entire guild is hitting one guy and the guy is not moving.
Yeah, yeah, we had this season. We faced one of the castle of Ackerley. He's play another game, not play. Don't play House of Empires. He play another game and he make just a kind of decoration on the map. When he
I th-
make a pads, then okay, let's keep the guy and try to take the door with
I,
him there.
I think he just opens Rise of Empires and then starts playing a few games of League of Legends, comes back to Rise of Empires, clicks refill, and then continues playing League of Legends. Because this is pretty much what he has to do. It doesn't matter how many people hit him.
Yeah, probably
Unless,
something like that because it's you can't move the guy. He's a rock solid decoration on the map. You can't. It's a strategy game. You can't have one guy on a map with 2,000 players winning the map alone. That's not possible. That should not be possible. It's a strategy game. So, like you have ever seen any kind of history you have read, a guy can't win a war alone. But on Rise of Empires, it's possible because he simply can make the moves, and the other guys just reaching the target and the doors, and maybe winning a season just because one guy. It's the second season of play that we I have to face someone that's so powerful that they can't move the guy. And luckily I won both seasons. Last season I had to face a guy from 162, 172, I think, and he was very strong. He's playing on 90 today, and he has a castle that was impossible to move the fucking castle out. He sit beside the temple, and I have the last shots, and that's why I won the season, because it was impossible to move him out, and he had the full control of the temple, and just because Mentiman very actively, we had the temple. And this season was the same thing, but we cut them out before going in the temple. We get them on the door, so we block them out of the temple. And it was the same stuff. A guy can make a pad in front of the gate, and we can win the guy. He will garrison his pad with 3 troops and his castle with 2 troops, and it's over. How can you win a guy that with 5 troops, the entire guild can win the guy? It's
But
just
that's the
something
thing, because they are making, like, I'm sure somebody actually worked his butt out to make a certain strategy available for events like Eden or Rock, but those strategies become irrelevant when you have spenders like that. Because it doesn't matter what your strategy is if you cannot move one guy. Imagine an entire guild that has 20 or 30 of those guys. The end. That's
yeah.
it.
That's one fun thing about I'm playing not a good team, but we are not a top tier team. Yeah, MDH it's a team like a tier B on the game. Yeah, you have a tier S that has team like Boss, and has team like T90 and Invictus, and everyone with like 60G power. And that guys play another game because they have very deep pockets. We can talk about 177 18 as IMS, I think. We can talk about IMS on 1272. They are also amazing. It's like a tier S team, yeah. Then you have a tier 18 that you can maybe bring there. I don't know, area S from 62, pretty good team. And you can talk about also CNA from 17 and many others. And I will not name everyone. That seems like between something close to 50G power and maybe a little over 40G power. And under 40G power, we have a tier B team here. And I think my team is a good tier B. But I think when I joined the tier A, I am done. I'm done. I can't play against a team like CNA. They have big guys spending tons of money, and well, I can fight these guys. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. But we can have something like north of us, so, and it's a nice map because we can have a tier S team and a tier B or tier A team on each side, and maybe face have a nice season with good challenge, but it's just impossible to have this same experience playing with someone like uh, XKA. It's just ridiculous how you can see the Z guy. Z can make a place a castle like 20 kilometers of mine, and they can have a wall and a gate between me and him, and useless. I can do nothing against the guy. That's how the balancing need to be withdrawn on the game. I had an idea. It's not the smartest one, but it's someone that nice. Like, for example, what if the troop amount was limited by the amount of wine that a castle produce or have, or coal? Yeah, you have the amount of coal that your castle is generating, or food. Maybe if your food become negative, then you can't make troops anymore. I don't know, but amount of troops a problem. You can grind troops forever. That's not something that the game is not balancing of stuff. You can have a single castle with more troops than I don't know, 20, 30 castles, 40 castles, maybe. It's just ridiculous.
The problem is if they want to do this type of balancing right now, they're gonna pretty much tell all the people that already spent that much that their spendings are irrelevant. And that's also not a good solution. The only thing I can imagine is if you manage to balance the maps in a way where all those big spenders are on one map. In other way, the only one solution to it would be to give grades depending on the level of your castle. I'm sure that when they're building up the maps, they have something like a certain points for each castle of how much or the alliance and so on. But if they would give grades to castles, where for example you need that you have somebody like Hell as an S plus player, depending on his castle, obviously, and then you put alliance against alliance depending on how many S plus players they have in each, and then you would have a more balanced Eden. Then you have all the mega spenders against the mega spenders, and then the medium spenders against the medium spenders, and then that would be an easier way to balance shit out without making the spenders cry about the fact that they wasted their money for no reason.
But maybe you can you still if you we if they make a rule like that, okay, you can not anymore have make troops when you are over when your food is under is negative. Your troops you cannot make anymore. That's very easy to solve. You just not delete people that have troops. Okay, you have a problem between having a guy like Lee or Ulala, that's 37 player, or someone like beat that to any guy with like 40 million power, 400 million power or more, will be negative, of course. And then maybe you have to you have to you just not need to delete your troops. And during KAs and throne fights, that guy will come will lower the throne power, will not be able to replace until he has zero. And also he will do zero box on the troop day. So you maybe you can have a solution that will force these guys to still have his troops, but he will not be able to do more. I just think that's the probably that game has a issue with infinite grinding, and then you have hero grinding almost infinite because all the season they release two now three heroes, maybe five. Like this season we have almost five heroes. Okay, R2, Cleopatra, and the three ones. So five heroes in one season. It's just ridiculous. How can you grind this amount of heroes?
As a free to
And
play
also
player.
you have T10 grinding forever. You can grind forever T10. That's I since they released T10, I saw a very big problem, and it's very easy to say or to sound that on Eden. You see a guy sitting with 2 million T10 of each leaf type, like Ackerley, and he plays he cast on one somewhere, and okay, the game is over. He will not move it there because he can he has I maybe 1600 he's 160 points I maybe of G10 and more all the attack full and it's just ridiculous and you can grind it forever specialty points but specialty point has something very smart on it because you can grind forever but a guy from I don't know 130 points on the specialty. It's very, very far from one with 145 points on amount of points. He will take a long time to reach that one. But that guy with 145 will have a very good job to get on maybe 150. So it's a grind forever, but it's a very expensive grind forever and will not give a huge amount of power. And that's how the game balance should work. People, okay,
Should.
you can have advantage. You will have more specialist points than me, but uh, you will not get. You will have a rules gameplay advantage. Maybe something like that. I don't know. The game need rethinking, how the granting system will work, so they can make the game more fair, more fun to people. Because I'm tired to lose friends. I'm tired to lose people that I love to see playing, that I love to talk. Like Petra, like Honeybee. When she left, was very sad to me because we never played on the same stage, but we
I
talked.
had a
We
beef with
talked,
B actually.
and she was sweet. She was very, very nice with me all the time. Always very helpful. And was something that hurt me when Sam Drill from 7-8 left the game. That hurt me a lot because CSM was some kind of desirable player for anyone. He was very nice, very helpful. He was an open hand. Also, he gave support to almost all content creators. He gave money to almost all content creators.
Me
So
too.
we talk about someone that care about the community, keep creating, keep talking, keep improving. So what we can do when we lose someone like Cesar Preo, we lose someone like Honeybee that came back, thank to God. But we keep it toxic players still playing because now it's more fun to be a pirate on a big stage than trying to build something. It's very much more cheaper and you have more fun just destroying the game itself.
You're
That's
right.
what we are building.
So, boycott is only a week. Thought it was until further notice. Uh, Personally, as I said also in the video, it should go on or at least be repeated over and over until the reaction is gotten from the game. How are the boycott negotiations working? Do we have transparency? What the negotiations no nego blah, today negotiations are doing? What's up, Vlad? uh, at the moment, no, but we are in what, second day of the boycott,
Yeah.
so give it time, guys. The Rise of Empires needs to feel it in their wallet till they're gonna respond. So it's gonna take time. It's not something that you just start and voila. Then what we have? Gee, you guys have been talking. Truthfully, I think the devs can take part of the Clash of Clans playbook. They've really worked to develop the community and engage players. They proactively interact instead of being reactionary. Yeah, yeah, we know, we know. Like Rise of Empires is, they're really not trying to get any type. Like I was surprised to see the ambassador part with Pontail. I'm happy. I don't care if it's not me. I'm happy that we have Pontail at least as some type of connection between them and us. But the way I see Pontail talking always about certain situations of how he's discussing with the developers, it doesn't feel like he has a lot of control and a lot of contact as some would think, considering he's the only guy chosen to have that contact. Then still full of transactions and microtransactions, but the community is there. Don't spend them in game. Yeah, I won't. Don't worry. I'm a free-to-play player. If anything, you're helping grow the channel and maintain the channel as it is. So thanks again for the 100 there. Even in top hero combos, all are dominated by rich king and queens like Arthur, Cleo. Nah, not really. They're really good, but they're not like, oh my god, you cannot beat them. No, if there's anything that sucks about being free to play compared to spenders is the fact that you don't have the amount of super scrolls to get all the heroes that you need. Then another long message. Do you see the chat, Pablo?
Yeah, I'm looking now.
Because there are some in Spanish or Portuguese. I never distinguish the two. So you might
I,
want to
I
take
don't
the.
talk Spanish. I don't understand almost nothing about Spanish. But
We
let
only
me look.
we only know the customer support workers' fake English names. True, true that. I mean, the way whenever you contact customer service in game and they start with "My lord, I am your slave," it's like I've went into my fans page. I'm getting an intimate moment with the girl on the other side. Jesus Christ, the way they respond. I don't know if it's just the translation that makes it sound porno, but it doesn't help if you're not giving me the bloody information that I need. RT Gunner, the recruiting is definitely an issue. I strongly support the idea that you should get rewards from the season that guarantee a hero selection because it really makes sense. Like, it's just so much work for nothing. Like, you have no guarantee that the work and the investment you put in throughout an entire season is gonna get you anything. And the guy that lost the map on the last spot that has only one scroll gets the hero he wants because he's lucky. Like, that's just bloody stupid. Overkill, the CEO had 2 games before LSS already similar to Roy. I wouldn't be surprised, considering the pattern that they're showing with Long Tech Unlimited. Skin, it makes game more ridiculous. The skins, if they wouldn't have added those permanent stats, I wouldn't care. But the fact that they added the permanent stats, it makes the spenders want to spend even more just for the sake of getting more stats on their castle, which, yeah, goes back into the same strategy. Pablo running double duty on Viber. Are you sitting on Viber chat also while you're doing live streaming?
Yeah, there was a guy make advertisements about charging package. Oh, bro, I delete the guy banned. As hell, we are making a live about boycott, and the guy has balls to make ads on my channel about selling package. Fuck off.
Fair enough. Legion General. Is that you?
If it's so, let's bend into asshole.
All right, RD Gunner again agreed. No castle should be invincible like that because again it makes sense. It's easy. Don't spend. RK Empire, what's up, bro? Welcome to the live stream. Still playing? Yeah, he's still playing. I've recently saw a video from him. Till Rock, it's a strategy game. After that, it becomes a spender's game. It's simply because back when we had Reign of Chaos, we didn't have as much of a ridiculous point in spending as it is now. Like, it wasn't that bad. With time, Rise of Empires actually managed to make it worse. Congratulations. So I don't know how it is now with Reign of Chaos for the new states. I'm pretty sure they also have access to a lot of spending things, but definitely gets worse with the time when tier 10 and TMs and everything becomes available in the game. 100G in cop on troop day. Yep, I know. I know. Yes, make them use some strategy, no just throw their wallet at every obstacle. Let's rage quit because we didn't get Arslan. I was close to it. It's been 2 seasons since I'm trying to get the bloody hero and still not. What do we have more? What if we could coordinate the boycott with Last Shelter players? They also had a boycott going on. Maybe together, if players from both games work together, the boycott has a better chance. This boycott was organized with the help of the same people that organized the boycott for LSS. So the guys from Rise of Empires got in contact with the guys that organized the LSS boycott just to get all the info and try to make as much of an efficient boycott as possible. RK Empire, I was in contact with the devs when they asked for help to establish their Discord group. They don't listen to input, they just want to control the content. I know, bro. This is why I'm overly exaggerating when I'm doing my videos to show them how much control they have over my channel, at least. I, I'm Romanian. It's in my blood to be the last person you want to be controlling. Even worse, I come from Transylvania, cold-blooded as you can get. Do you see they opened the states 3000 and 3010 just for the Chinese? Yeah, I've seen. The question is, are they gonna have, like, it makes no sense for the Chinese to even go there. On one side, you can say, yeah, but they speak to the other players that speak the same language. But the Chinese are happy in our servers because they pay less to be stronger than us. So why the hell would they go in a state where they are equal to the rest? I wouldn't, especially in a game where your money is not your skill makes you better. In Rock, you meet unbeatable castles too, and as always, the bigger castles join into the same state. Then they bully switching unbeatable castles around to all alliances in their state. Pretty much, yeah. I just got banned on Discord for spamming boycott text all day. Keep on doing that, and I would actually advise everybody to keep on doing that because that's the point of the boycott, to show them that all their control order ban, the muting and all that is not working, because this is pretty much the reaction I've seen since the boycott started. The way Rise of Empires, the way the Discord acted, they their reaction to it is not to say, oh my god, I think the players want to say something. They're like, what, you dare to challenge me? It's like, dude, you're talking to the same people that pay you your salaries. Wake up, Jesus Christ. I don't know, bro. Like me personally, again, I said it before, I'm only still in this game because of the YouTube channel, but even the YouTube channel, I'm doing my best to try and find a game or games or a direction with the channel that you guys are interested in. And if I do find that game or thing or the content that you guys are interested in that is not Rise of Empires, I'm gonna run, but you know, like run in that direction as far as possible, and I'm gonna probably get an orgasm uninstalling Rise of Empires again, because I did that before. I came back in Rise of Empires because of the YouTube, so yeah. But back to the boycott subject again, it's all a matter of time. Give it time. It it they're not gonna just magically see how many people each day didn't spend, but they will see at the end of the month how much income they had compared to the previous month. And if that's not enough, it just means you need to do it again. And I don't understand why the boycott is a problem for the players, because Jesus Christ, again, you're not spending your money. If you have too much money to spend, you can donate. The super chat is there, it's waiting for your money, so you don't have to worry about the game. Because what can I say more than that? If they keep going like this, they'll end up like Game of War. I don't know the game, so I find it hilarious that the super spenders don't seem to realize that dumping huge money on every little perk results in a lower quality game over the long run. It's incentivizing let me get this word, incentivizes laziness. Yeah, this is what I said in a lot of my videos. As much as I want to blame Rise of Empires and say Rise of Empires did this and Rise of Empires did that, the only reason they continue doing it and they do more is because the spenders keep on saying yes. They should have a limit also. Just saying. Kalistos, I'll let you guess which one of the three Romanians from L90 I am. Extreme focus. Uh, I90 Legia. Hi brother, your many points about improving the game has been good, especially they have to do something about rogue players because king negative buff is worthless together with a lot of other things in this game, sadly. But the boycott's points were, some of them were also related to the weaknesses, the changes that make no sense, the fact that they don't use the money the spenders put in the game to actually improve it and not just release more stuff without thinking of balancing. You can talk also, Pablo, by the way.
I like the idea that is Hunter Hallow said about troop counting on Eden. And maybe if you have a Eden that people lock the number of the troop amount, like, oh, you can bring, you have, despite your castle, you have 2 million, maybe 3 million, I don't know, 2 millions, I think it's a good number, of each troop type. So you have two millions of Titan for horses and 2 million Titan for archers and 2 million titans from footmen, and then to T9 and T8 and T7. You have a good amount of troops, a very good amount, but you bring balance because teeny castles maybe you have a huge amount of troops. And you also will have a more dynamic EKA because people will not care anymore about having 1G power. People will care about fight. So making a lot of troops, grinding a lot of troops will have a lot less value. It's a very nice strategy of balancing. I
You
say
know what
that
I
because I had discussing with Kalistos and a very very close friend about gaming development. Yeah, we we wish to have a better game experience, and Rise of Empires is not bringing that. So we talk about game development. It's just a creative talk for now. And but we are writing stuffs about the gaming and how House of Empires is built have good things. Rise of Empires is not an entirely shitty game, but it has many many shitty details. And we talking about that, and I was thinking now, and it's a good solution. Like we join a map with a certain number of troops, and you can have much more if you want, but we will just be decorative. You will not have a real use of that, despite if you would need to protect your throne. So it's not a bad choice. I like the idea,
you know what I'm thinking once we release our NFT project, because it will come. This is a future conversation, guys, just so you know. We're gonna be talking about it later, but just between me and Pablo, when we're gonna be releasing the NFT game, I wonder how much Rise of Empire is gonna try to copy from us. All the
yeah.
things that we're adding to our game, how much they were directly just gonna implement it in Rise of Empires and be like, hey, look, we just had a better idea for the game. But at that point, it's gonna be too late because the just a quick idea. The main concept of what we're thinking of is making it more into a deathmatch system. So imagine something like having Eden, but way shorter, and then you can control a lot of the things like the troop amount, like uh, the strength of the castle. So you can spend for stuff like skins and whatever, but the strategy part of the game is gonna be unaffected of your spendings, and that's the main part. It's like the same like League of Legends. You can spend on a lot of things, but the game is still gonna be the same game every time you play it, no matter if you're paying for the game or not. And that's something that Rise of Empires is never gonna have, no matter what. Right, what do we have here? Hi, brother. How many points about improving the game have been good? Oh, that's oops. That I read that one already. How was Game of Empires? That game actually is looking pretty damn good. I'm still not working with them. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm still in contact with the developers of the game, but I'm just saying that if I do compliments now, it's not because they're paying me to do compliments. But the game is looking pretty good. I'm trying to find time to play it because I need to play Rise of Empires to give you guys content for Rise of Empires. I have a job, and like for example, the boycott video. I woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning, went to work. I came back at 8 o'clock in the night. I didn't eat nothing all day. I went straight to the computer to finish editing the boycott video, posted that, and only at 10 o'clock in the night time I went to eat. So I'm trying to find time to play other games. Because, yeah, I also need to have a life besides YouTubing, considering YouTubing at the moment is not supporting me in surviving. But from what I did play already from that game is looking pretty promising. Once I get a bit more in depth and I get to learn more about how the heroes work, how the combat system works, and how the map really works, because I'm very curious about that, I'll make a second video and I'll post it. Then the rabbit's already out of the hat. That wouldn't be a good thing because free to play players can make as much as they want with gems, and that's a good thing. I presume it's referring to the troops. They haven't even made the last cavalry gear yet. That's a good that's a good point. What pisses me off, they didn't even bother to take it out of the visual. Like if you go to the equipment, they still have it there waiting, but it's been there since I started playing Rise of Empires, which is a while ago. Rise of Empires is dead. The only squeezing as much cash out of players and creating by design an unfair competition for the biggest uh, assholes of gaming. Yeah. The thing is, what can I say, guys? I just agree to almost every type of criticism to Rise of Empires because it's true. Something like Battlefield of Honor, yes, in that idea. Uh, I personally just want a game that requires skill. Like when you look, let's take Rise of Empires as for example. When I hear people on chats saying, well, I don't really hear them. When I see them writing about, oh, this player is the strongest or the best player in Rise of Empires. You cannot be the best, bro. Best on what? Best on how much you spend? Like that, there is no skill cap in this bloody game. There's very little strategy going on regarding this game. And like how we were talking about Eden, it doesn't matter if you are a good strategy person. If the other guild has more spenders than you, you're still gonna go down. So there is no best. That's what pisses me off the most about Rise of Empire. You don't have the choice of actually being a good player because you work your butt out. That's what I want from a bloody game, some skill. Speediest credit card grabber. Pretty much, yeah. Hero saturation makes playing strategically in Eden almost impossible. Too many players with too many different combos. It's truly all about having latest heroes and stats, and that's it. Exactly my point. I don't know. I don't wanna sound like all I'm doing every single time I make a video is complain about Rise of Empires, but unfortunately I barely see any positives in how Rise of Empires is going. At the beginning, it was a bit different when we didn't have all the DMs, we didn't have the tier 10 and so on. So it was more of a strategy game. We had spenders, don't get me wrong, but it was a lot about the rest of the alliance. It was a lot about your entire state. So it wasn't just necessarily about one single player as being the best, but you had the pride of an alliance being the best or an state being the best. I like 119, for example, built the entire reputation out of achievements from those times. Everything afterwards was just a matter of the fact that 119 had a lot of spenders. And the only strategy that we applied was, I think, in a few throne battles against 76. That's my favorite and my favorite video on my channel. Uh, but that's it. There's very few positives. Hey, super spender here. I'm on your side. It's not a matter of whose side you're on. Uh, like I don't condemn people for spending money. Again, if you have the money and you want to spend it, by all means go for it. But the idea is, if you overspend, if you just keep buying absolutely anything you see, you are stimulating the game to keep on doing what it's doing till now, which is destroying the entire system, destroying any type of balance and so on. But yeah, you wanna add any positives or negatives, Pablo?
I don't know. I think that That's the thing that we need to think about the game. Okay, I don't. The Rise of Empires was built with initial project that was fully able to have a balanced game. On the end, the only thing that you have as a gap between free and small spenders and big ones was the troop amount. You maybe have a better hero pool on the spenders, but that was. You had the view shop giving some small buffs, but that's not very something that is a game changer. Yeah, maybe and the HP, then you can have about 10% of HP, but it's not a huge gap, in my opinion. Because with 10% HP, you can win a 1v1 fight, but you can't win a 3v1 fight. So it's fine for me. Uh, and so the game between GM was released, uh, not between one and GM, between Titan. The big problem was Titan. Titan was the issue of the game because they made a new unit with that's almost only paying to have it. Because if you want to spend your gems to have Titan, you you spend a lot and you have very small amounts, and you not have gems to have more T9s or more attacks, and you fuck yourself. So the biggest error in the game was the attack releasing. So they made first they made you have a very clear troop gapping. Then they made a second gap that was the equipment gap, because it's very hard. I have one free castle that has three GMs almost now, no, two and a half GMs, and then I don't spend money on it. Uh, so it's a very huge gap to have. Then they made the hero gap now because they are release five heroes on a single season and have some heroes that's cash only. That's a issue. When you have Cleopatra, it's a strong hero. You can make Hunt Cleopatra and Lust, and it's probably one of the best top five combos, mixed combos of the game. You have R2, a very strong choice. Okay, R2 is not stronger than Arsenal, but he's also an amazing choice, and have give you a huge pool of full footman heroes. Using him as a front line, you can play R2, Iskanda, I don't know any shit, and we'll have a very good uh, structure to protect your castle. Uh, so I think then they release tech gap, infinity gap. That's the issue. When you have infinity grinding on something that you can't, even being a good player, you can't fool it. So a player who is starting now, they have a very sad thing to tell you. Who are you starting on maybe 1800 state?
Yeah, I
You,
would.
you
I
never play the
don't even
game.
want to know how it is to
You
start
never play
again.
the game because for now the game has about 80 heroes, and as until you get a decent level of gameplay, will be maybe 100 heroes, and each hero costs in about if you have a lucky, okay, will cost about 250, maybe 300 vouchers to get a full hero. Okay, so
Depending
we
on
are
what
talking
season you're in, because
about 30,000 super voucher that you need to be a player, a top player. 30,000 vouchers. Each 30 vouchers costs $100. So we are talking about $10,000 just for heroes. And you still have pack troops, buildings, specialty points, and a lot of things. So it's not fun.
equipment.
That's issue. A strategy game must be able to a new player, if he has strategy abilities, to soon play with a very mature player. I know grinding is important to company make money. Okay, I don't have a problem with grinding, but you can't have infinite grinding. because the finish grinding will kill the game. Because someone, you can take a very, very old and weak castle of maybe S2, S5, or S17, S19. You can buy a cheap castle in very decent from someone with maybe $200-300, and he can face. He will be soon will be useful to get to play. When you take a state like 80, 100, and we'll play him to play together against a state like mine, 95, my banner will have better heroes than you, and that's the issue.
Excelente.
So you create a balance that only your king will be able to beat my banner, and you never reach my banner, even if you spend a lot of money. Except if you if you spend $10,000 on the game, you never reach my banner because I am a lot ahead. But you play against me, and that's not strategy. That's brute force, and brute
Yeah,
force is exciting any MMO you have online, and it's fine. I don't care about. I think I have games that you propose to play a brute force game. It's fine. It's your right to play like Mu Online, that you can have 10,000 resets and build an infinite powerful warrior and beat everyone in your server. It's okay. But when in a strategy game, you have to have some kind of balance. When you play like Clash of Clans, you say the castle have a maxed castle, and when you are fighting as a maybe C10, you will never meet a C15 castle to fight. You meet a C11, maybe a C12, and probably we'll meet a lot of C9s and C8s and C7s. We will find people close to you that have some kind of similar power. And well, it's just ridiculous that game gap. I just got a friend is gets vacation for the game, and he let his castle with me, and he spent a lot of the game, a lot, much more than I get on a year of work, or maybe I need to work 4 or 5 years, maybe more, to get what he spent only on his castle. And he have even special support channel. He can talk with the developer with a special support channel. That should not have. Okay, special support, it's just for investors and not spenders. If we spend $10 and he spend $100,000, we should have the same support. If he buy a piece of the company, okay, it's his right to have a special channel because he's
fair
not a
enough.
player, he's an investor. Okay, but I am not investor, he is not investor, we are sub player. So we must not have special channels to have attention, because our issues, even being a $10 spenders or $10,000 spenders, should be the same. And that's bring issues on the game. They make like a snowball of issues. Make when they released Titan, we had a live, me and Kalistos, and I say that was a mistake. You can't create infinite grinding stuff. You can't create on any strategy game, because that is a very issue. You can't have something deep in forever, because you don't have strategy on it. That you kill the strategy thing. And well, you have built a community. Maybe you have now on the entire Rise of Empires, I don't know, maybe 2,000, 200,000 players. I just kicking, just guessing. And you have 200,000 players. And then I can say very much for sure. Almost anyone that started before the release, that they were not only the release, but the taste to fill the big gap from G10 was playing strategy game. When you start to play something that was a strategy game, and then that chance to expanding game, you do have no reason. I love the community. That's only the reason that I keep playing, because I have many friends, and that's what the only reason. Because I don't have many fun in the game anymore. Maybe you can see a little bit of fun on Battlefield
Early
1.
login.
It's kind of fun when you have a big map of Eden with many guilds. It's a little bit of fun too. But like this season was a kind of empty map. We had basically 8 teams on the map, so it's not good. It's not fun. You have 1,000 players on the map. You need to be have a 3 4,000 players on the map to have some kind of fun, to have some kind of strategy, because then maybe one giant castle like Ackerley, nothing is the guy. I don't want to complain about him because I have fear of him. So you should not have this kind of power in the game, on a strategy game. That's why they are killing the community. We start to play a strategy game. You don't start to play a power lift game. Okay, it's not a game with so deep grinding. I started playing a game without that deep grinding. That's an issue to me, because mainly because the newcomers, as deep as the grinding come, newcomers will not live long in the game, because they will see sometimes that, well, I'm seeing that I'm not spending that much. I will take about maybe 6 years to max what I'm seeing. But on these 6 years, they will release a lot more things. And then I will never be close to be on the top. When I start to play, we didn't have Titan, we didn't have
And there
GM
was a
sack.
cap to all the
Uh,
castles. Even if the
so
spender spent, you had a chance, the free to play player, to catch up to the spenders and come to the same level with them, even though it was slower. That's how it's supposed to be.
and even hit the guy. That was something cool. You could face a very strong guy that to everyone worship, and you can make a gangbang on the guy, grouping he with maybe 3 or 4 friends, and you would burn a guy. Today, if you sit around accurately and hit with maybe 20 guys, you will not hit burn a guy. If you sit around hell from 90, a very very good friend, and I love the guy, and if you try to hit he, you're not worth a guy. That's a problem in the game of a strategy game. A guy, someone should not be invincible because it's not strategy.
Do you
So
know the video with from South Park, the episode about World of Warcraft, Make Love Not Warcraft?
no, I will.
You
I will search for it.
you
I love
definitely
soft.
need to watch it. But it reminds me from World of Warcraft. I used to do in World of Warcraft, after you get maxed out, the only thing you do is sit around in Stormwind or in Orgrimmar, depending what race you're from, and you just jump around and show off your mounts and your equipment. But besides that, I used to do a lot of dueling with other players, and to show up my skill, because that's the point of a game, to have skill and be better than others. I used to just keep my boots and my head equipment and my sword. And I used to beat full on maxed out players in duels just like that, just to show the gap from one player to another. And that's the beauty of a game. That's how you define, wow, that player is really good. In you there's nothing in this stupid game that can even give you remotely that same feeling of, oh my god, that player is so good. It's literally just, oh my god, that player has so much money. That's the only thing. I've actually installed Counter Strike before we started the stream. I think I'm gonna start streaming that one because I miss playing a game where my skill is the only thing that is needed to win a bloody game.
Yeah, I really like classical UTS games. I played Dota when it was a Warcraft map. So I use it to play real strategy games. I had rope to be Resident Paris be some kind of it, but uh, I remember my experience about when I joined Eden the first time was a very very amazing map when I met Xian from he was playing in 78 that time. Now he's playing on 37. It's amazing leader was the main enemy on the other side, and was absolutely amazing because we had the feeling I was playing on 96 and we are facing a team from S2 was FMF and had a god guy called Jaffo. And the big difference between Jaffo and my main players was the troop amount. And I had players able to give damage to Jaffo, but not burn him. He was very strong guy, very active. Uh, but he has like 1G power, and my top player has about less than 200 million powers. So he was very strong, but we had a good season and we won that season. And I was playing on 96 and he was on 92. So it was amazing experience for me. And I had hope to build my team and teaching them that I was able maybe in 2 seasons facing other bigger teams and have nice seasons. But but then they released all the shit and was a mistake on my opinion. The game made a mistake. The hero releasing it's alright to think that season mode you have all the season you have new heroes. There are always new heroes and it's something that you need to grind a lot to max it. And I was doing very well despite not spending very much. I spending very little amount of money in the game. And
Put in the chat, by the way, the season
okay,
10, episode 8 from South Park for anybody
oh,
interested in watching
I,
the
I will
parody
I
they
will
made.
I will copy
They
it and
made to World
paste.
of Warcraft. This is pretty much how I see Rise of Empires right now. The same problem they have in that episode in with World of Warcraft. That's the day-to-day life of a free-to-play player regarding spenders of being completely and utterly immune to anything.
Yeah, that's the issue. When I started to play, I had hope. When I had this season with amazing enemies, they were very nice, very respectful to me. Uh, I had very much hope about building a big team someday without needing a lot of Hoosier spenders. I need just active guys, but they keep releasing stuff and new stuff and new stuff and new stuff, and the game isn't anymore about having just a nice custom because just who spend about maybe 2,000 a week will have a decent castle someday. I will never have one. And it's amazing if you look like uh, I played League of Legends a lot, and if you have I had my account on my account on League of Legends, and they spent some money on it, but not very much, just to get the skins. And I know if I take my account today, and I know he worth something, yeah. And he if I want to sell it or just want to play it again, it's worth it. It's useful, okay. My banner it's from a player that stopped play on S3, and he was a very good friend, very close friend. And when really he leaves his castle, he had spent $10,000 on his castle. And
Not bad.
if he didn't give me the castle, if he just abandoned the castle and start to play today, he's weaker. He should be weaker than my farms. I don't know
That's
any game in my life. I never played a game in my life that you spend $10,000 on it
it
and
becomes irrelevant with time.
trash from the night. That's something that I never saw in my life, and that's a very big mistake for the community. Yeah, they have a very big mistake for the community, not the community. Sorry, about the developers. You can't have something that don't worth nothing because
Yeah.
literally worth nothing. Be someone if I quit today and I stop to play 1 month, my castle it will become garbage probably because they will release a lot of shit and nobody can follow it.
Well,
So
this is their marketing strategy. This is how they soak up the spenders of all their money because they make it in a way where if you don't continue spending and buying everything we give you, your entire money that you spent till now is going to be irrelevant and the person that did is going to burn you. So they put this pressure uh, on spenders that if they don't give money continuously, they just become irrelevant, which is so disrespectful to the people that pay you your fucking salaries.
Yeah, that's a very big issue to me, how they treat uh, everything we have on the game. Even see, it's on the first game that we have people create content with no support. If you open Rise of Empires, we'll see that. If you open Rise of Kingdoms, we'll see people getting support from the developers to see what will come, what they are releasing to test stuff. We don't have a test server. That's something very unique. You had test server on Tibia. Tibia, it's a 20 years old game. It's a very, very poor sprite game. You can play Tibia online now. It's still a playable game. And it's a 20 years old game. Very simple sprites. And had a test server
The
a
test servers
20,
are for game that
20
actually
years
care.
ago. You had a test server from Tibia 20 years ago. That's something that we could not see anything close to that on Rise of Empire. So they need to improve a lot of stuff. You can write to be sing up to be a beta tester on Rise of Empires on Android, and I don't see any shit except I can get updated one day early maybe, and, and just that. And that's not be a beta tester. Beta tester is someone that is talking to the developers about cheats they are releasing,
I'm
giving
also
feedback.
I'm also realizing that actually mobile games in general have way more of this greedy mentality of how they get built than other platforms. I feel like to this day, even though there's so many players on mobile at the moment compared to a few years ago, I feel like the gaming community, and I'm talking about the people that make the games, they just don't appreciate the market to the point of making a valuable, good game. And they just do everything for the sake of, oh, let's get as much money as possible, as fast as possible. Because look at Diablo Immortal, Blizzard. I mean, fair enough, Blizzard went to shit for a while ago, but Diablo Immortal is really Rise of Empires. It's like they just released a game that everybody was waiting for and was excited about, and they just made it such a money grabbing game that because I've seen videos of people complaining and being like, dude, you need to pay $100,000 to max out your account in Diablo Immortal. And I was just thinking, you should come to Rise of Empires. We have people here that spend half a bloody million for their castle. So and it's still going. That's the problem. It's not just to max out your castle, it's to max out currently your castle because the next part is coming. It's like Jesus. Message retracted.
Eh,
Pablo,
Everyone
skins
keeps
are a
talking.
problem. What is the recommendation? Even big spenders are becoming obsolete with each new pack.
I see skins is a problem, but a small problem because let's see, you release a skin maybe two each month, three, I don't care, and which will give you 1% something, 1% extra damage. Extra damage they don't give very much, but will give 1% might or resistance or something like that. So you get maybe 5% each month. You can make this release 50 skins on a year, and will still be 50% extra power. So it isn't a very strong grinding, from in my opinion. It's bad. It's not good because free players will never hit it. That's a issue for me, but will not be an infinite problem because as far as you see the tech, you see a guy grinding a lot of tech. We will have maybe a free player or a small spender will get maybe 500 percent of might. Then the skins can give it maybe 50% more. So he's losing just 10% of bonus. It's not huge. It's not a big issue to me because what the game, if you look the game, I try to study a little bit of better formula. And what's the main status of the game? Damage. Damage is the biggest status on the game. So when you have like 5% extra damage, it's a very, you kill 5% more. It's a very strong thing because it's let's apply it on the formula on my maps. Okay, so like when you do a battle between someone and someone, they will calculate how much the troop dies and uh, using your stats. Then they will take damage on the final number. Like, oh, you hit the guy with a basic attack, and the math point that will blows like 2,000 soldiers. Okay, then you have 60% damage. That is 6% damage will apply on that number, and that is a issue because it will make the numbers, all the numbers, very much bigger. So when you make the second step, what will give bigger gap in the game? HP. HP is a big issue. It's also a very game balance sheet. Uh, that that make a second stuff about the problem of the game balance too. So when you open T10, for example, and you see a lot of the decks, it's very expensive. When you look the last one, will give you a huge amount of damage only for T10, and its influence on bonus on how much T10 points you have. If you have a lot of points, you can amplify that bonus and make it even bigger.
What I don't
So
understand is why they didn't make skins normal, like how they had at the beginning. You just make skins because they look nice. You want to
yeah,
spend for them, fine, spend, but it wouldn't affect the game. It still gives like what? Why not just that?
but
Why?
they are not warmful like Titan. Yeah, Titan can give a guy like 30% extra damage, more 5% chance of being immune. Like your heroes have a 5% chance to be like Avalanche, but getting glorified. That's something that has no sense to me. So when you look the pool of all the specialty on Titan, that should be excluded from the game, or everyone that should be get a lot of points on it because it's broken. Titan, how to develop, because it's not like rock specialty that's easy on the beginning and harder than no. A guy strong and amazing. Okay, I'm not talking about bad about him because I love the guy. Like how, okay, he can have more than 100 points, and for me get 1 point is harder. It's hard like for him to get 1 point. That's a grinding problem because you can have someone very weaker uh, having the same effort to have to make a step like a guy ultra strong like hell. It's a grinding, very big grinding mistake. So, like when you look the experience bar, or when you are getting more specialty points on Hawk, on Reign of Chaos, it's a very simple thing. When you are young, like first 30 points, you can get 30 points on one season. It's easy. On your
Yeah.
second season, maybe you get 20 points. But I'm very pretty sure that you only when you have your sixth, seventh season, you never get more than 10 points because it's hard. It's very hard. Becomes very hard to get stronger when you have a lot of points. When you have like 80, 90 points, becomes a lot hard to get to. It's infinite more hard to get from 90 to 100 points than to one from 50 points. And that's how grind should work. People need to get deeper to be stronger, but on T10 that's not happen. When you were level one, you got the same hard effort to get one extra points than a god player like Cleat Commander, or like Hell, or like I don't know, Ulala from
You're
37.
saying click because he's in the chat now, just to make him feel better.
Please, I'm not talking whatever for you. Okay, don't hit me, please. Okay, so you can't have someone have the same hard moment. So it's a grinding, it's a game development, very big mistake. Okay, it's a very big mistake. A guy who that's why I think the game had mistakes on Titan. That's what when the game made a broken choice, because you make easy to a guy like to ultra rich get 1 point on his top tier formation as to me having a very small castle. So that's when they released it, and I yelled that on all wins. Titan was the mistake. Skin give you permanent attributes, and it's not nice, but it's not that
DM
big
also, to
as
be
Titan.
fair.
Titan is something that make the game just ridiculous. We can't have it like if he uh, Clit Commander keep playing and resetting, improving his castle, and Akai and I don't know, uh, Elon Musk start playing on S800. Elon Musk will never be stronger than Clit Commander, because Clit Commander can reset his tree every time he wants to, and Clit Commander will never reach them because the hardest will be to Elon Musk get 1 point when he starts his castle, as to Clit Commander get 1 point with, I don't know, maybe 200 points that he had. I don't know.
Oh,
I have no idea.
oh, considering the question that we had in the chat, we got Honeybee in the chat right now.
I love
Then the
Honeybee.
question comes, Honeybee. A lot of people are asking when and how exactly do we get updates, and by we, I mean the community, about changes or answers from Rise of Empires itself. Um you want to answer that one?
No. Do it,
And
please,
and
please.
speaking of
I didn't even found the question. I'm trying to look the chat now. A lot of
no,
people
no,
talking. I
I'm
didn't really.
asking Honeybee about it because she's the one
Honeybee.
that should know. Related to Clit Commander, by the way, here's a good strategy that he's doing since he got sick of spending for this game. Because we keep trying to get Clit Commander to come to us in State 90, because he's a good friend. And he said no, because staying in 119, being a lesser spender, he gets MVP every day, which means he doesn't have to spend for Super Scrolls anymore and for other medals. So he just focuses spending only on war badges, and voila, little spending, and you get everything with the package. That's a good strategy there. But I'm very curious on this one. Uh, how do we get? I will presume that considering Honeybee is part of the people that organized the boycott, and she has my contact, considering she's the one that contacted me to do the video about the boycott, she's probably gonna be sharing with me any useful information that the community needs to know, and then I will probably make a video about it. I would presume this is gonna be the entire way, like that we get the word out to the community the same way I did with the video, or shared in line group and Discord and Viber with SS.
Oh, he know the game name. How the guy who know the game name? I didn't share anywhere. Ed Niles asking for Tales of Legend. How he found this? I didn't share this stuff on anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the transparency thing. It was just a matter of curiosity. People are still very agitated regarding the boycott story, mostly because I don't know. I feel like players are treating this boycott again as some type of an event where they have to spend and they want answers for what they're spending for, but it's the exact opposite. The boycott is asking them not to spend, and there's no reason why the people organizing the boycott wouldn't be transparent to uh, tell the community that once they have any type of answers from Rise of Empires, to release all the information about the changes and the agreements and so on, because the same people are also going to be organizing the second boycott.
Sorry.
And The same people are also gonna be organized this next boycott if Rise of Empires does not seem to wanna care about what the players are doing. Because again, they want if they want to pretend it doesn't hurt them when so many players limit their spending, let them pretend. But as I said, the CEO is going to be interested in your money. And if your money is not coming in as it used to, then they will do something about it because they don't have a choice. Beauty of it. The boycott is all about using your right as the client.
No, no, no. Sorry. According to GM, boycott is Steve.
These
So
illegal things and
it's
Kalistos, the terrorist YouTuber,
I
disrespecting everybody. Yeah, I know.
I never listened any shit like that.
I
That
need to
was something
search.
that's so bizarre. See, if I was the developer, even being a
I would be
dictator, I
ashamed.
would exclude her from GM because it's something so ridiculous. Because a screenshot of a GM of the game will tell everyone that Steve. I will say I can't even answer her. I don't talk anymore on that Discord. I'm there just to read stuff and maybe watch
I
some cars.
left it.
I have some good people there. I have a grumpy guy that I love to talk on Hero Channel. He's very nice guy, and he's grumpy. I remember the grumpy cat when I read him, so I love him.
I'm trying to find that screenshot in the chat where she
Ah,
wrote all those.
no,
It
I
was
can't.
just too magical.
That's something I hate that girl very much. I can
Uh,
find it's not hard. That let me find it's kind of easy because someone okay let me open start
I
browser.
swear, it just reminds me of the current situation with Donald Trump
Okay,
and the
found you.
excuses they are using.
I will tag you on the Kali. Oh my god, there's a lot of the Kali on the chat. I didn't know that. I don't
There
know,
we
man.
go.
I don't know if I'm ever talking to you. My wife played the game and she's Kalina. So I have a lot of Kali in my life.
So there's nowhere near majority of states or alliances on that list of yours. Again, irrelevant because all that matters is we reduce the spendings. The more, the better. It encourages negative actions towards the game. Negative, as in you're not getting as much money. uh, Duh. That group plans illegal theft. Did you hear
That's
that, B? They finally figured out that what your intentions are. You just want to steal their money now. What what exactly do they think this boycott is? Do they think the boycott is about stop spending money in Rise of Empires and give it to us? Or what exactly do they how exactly are we stealing their money?
yeah. It's something that I have no word to talk about this girl. Uh, it's amazing how will be for she the experience to see the game falling, like she's saying, and how she will use their experience to be the GM that has that pretty screenshot on the floor of the game. How she used that as a work experience. Oh, I help it to destroy a gaming company, talking shit to players.
Wait, we have better. That group encourages actions to prevent players who need help to receive help. What? Toot, toot, toot. I'm baffled. Like my brain just kicks me in the face right now, being like, "What information are you giving me here? I can't deal
Actually,
with it."
now what that girl, it's some very unique case. I don't have words to talk about her. It's
Leaders in
something
those groups
that I have
screenshots
experienced.
and mock people in here. I presume they're referring to me. Like just to make it clear, I didn't organize the boycott. I just supported it and I'm helping B to spread the word, but I didn't organize it. So any of my actions, which by the way, Honeybee and me had a beef, a long beef actually, by in the time that she was in Zod Alliance. I don't remember how it started. I think first I had a beef with what's his name again? That guy from Zod, whatever. And then Honeybee went one time. I was uh, discussing with the guy on public chat in during kill event, and then B came to be like, Kalistos, that's enough. Just stop and go back to your state. And that just pissed me off. And since then, I never talked to B again because I had nothing nice to say when people tell me to shut up. So even so, Honeybee did contact me about this, and the reason why I did help was because it makes sense. And besides what between me and B was, uh, the entire idea of the boycott was for the better good of the community, and the only bloody reason I'm doing this channel is for the community. So it made sense why I'm gonna be supporting it. For anybody talking about Pontel, why he didn't do anything about the boycott videos and so on, he was supportive about the entire idea, but you have to understand his position. He's ambassador of Rise of Empires. You cannot do any type of content that is going to say don't pay the game because they're not gonna be happy about it. So
Yeah.
the only one left to spread the message is Kalistos because the guy just simply doesn't give a fuck. It's just
Yeah.
it's the
Well,
beauty of
it's
it.
it's important to say that Pompeo can't create contact, but he's helping us. He's building the bridge between us and the developers. As I mean, the organizer. I'm not one of the organizing. I am much more some media guy. I'm trying to share on the channels and on my website, on the Reddit channel. I'm trying to bring people, have a lot of people that read what I create. So I try to bring people in, but I'm not the organizer. Despite I love what they work, they are doing a very good work. I'm not doing the work. It's good to know that because I don't want to get the flowers of this city. Okay, they deserve all the merit. They are doing an amazing job, and I support them a lot, and they share it everywhere. Okay, but uh, Pompeo can't do that because he will harm. So he's working on another way that is helping, facilitating the conversation. He's building the bridge. He's helping with this bridge. So he's helping. Please don't be mad with him because he's a lovely guy, very helpful too, a very good person. Okay, I have not a single complaint about Pompeo. He's a friend too. He just only can't do that direct communication as someone representing the movement, but he's building that bridge between us and them.
And plus, he's British. I don't know if you know a lot of British people, but British people have a lot of. Did you say hi, guys and gays? Constantly. British people have a filter for being very polite. This is why you need a Romanian, because Romanians don't have that filter. When we have when we have something to say, we kind of just say it. It's in our nature, so it's perfect for what the boycott is about. Yes, you want to be very professional when you deliver the information, but you also want to really point out how serious the situation is. And for that, yeah, you need a bit of, you know, just say. Not to say that I indulge any type of slurs and bad language, because that's not something you should do. That's something Kalistos does. Right, what do we have in the chat left? Clit Commander, you should ask two alliances who said that they will join boycott to send their event spending. Yeah, I've seen a few, but again, as much like it's not a competition of who spent and who didn't. If you want to complain that some people just didn't respect something that's good for all the community, including them, that's just their thing. But it doesn't hurt nobody else. it's 1 week of not spending. Like, you cannot tell me that the game and your life is gonna collapse and die because you didn't spend your money for 1 week. But for the game, if the majority or a lot of players from the spending part do not spend, or spend just a little bit compared to what they used to, that is gonna hurt the game. And again, if they try to ignore it or pretend that it doesn't hurt them, you just do it again, and at one point they will have no choice. Zero spending in my alliance. I got a screenshot from 3 big spender alliances in my cluster, all past 1 million, and 3 of them signed up. Again, same thing. Like, I, Pontel is observer in talks with development department. We should zero those who break the boycott and kick them from our alliances. The problem is, can you zero them?
Can you imagine? Accurately say, okay, I will spend back. And then how who will zero accurately?
Speaking of, I'm pretty sure Ackerley was also part of the boycott, right?
Yeah. He was one of the bridges initially because he's Chinese, so it's easier to him keep the language and the cultural terms between them. He's one someone helping with the communication too.
So, for me, as much as I'm concerned, when it comes to this boycott, the most important people are people like Ackerley, like Hill, and so many other mega spenders. Because you think that if they spend a bit in the game, it's gonna change nothing compared to what they usually spend. Like, those guys will fill your alliance thing event by themselves. They're just like, in one day you're just gonna see. So if you just see some spending there, that's literally nothing compared to what they would usually spend.
Oh, and
I need
I just opened, bro. I just opened the Discord. The GM, the pink hair girl, is watching us. I think she's even talking about the screenshot that I just shared of the group.
which
Amazing. Hi,
which one?
the pink hair girl, the GM, EVL AM, the pink hair girl that said
Oh,
that crap
Pinky.
about Chiefs.
Well,
Amazing,
in all
amazing.
fairness, since a while now, I realized that at least
Someone's
somebody.
good here to create a Discord channel. I need someone good about Discord, making bots and make rooms and whatever. Let's build a Discord channel, one official Discord channel, just to break the original one. I like it. It's very good experience. I have the Discord, the biggest Viber channel is our. Then we have the biggest Reddit channel, it's our. Then they have a very big group of Facebook. That's not. I'm not of the owner of the owners, but I know the owners, so it's under out of the control of the company. Let's create a channel that's made by players for players because that's ridiculous. If someone is able to create a very nice Discord with bots and nice stuff that people like, please send a message to me on Viber or on Discord or where you want. Let's make something to make this work because there is will not be a Discord channel that you can be forbidden to talk. You can't have that. It's impossible.
Uh, in all fairness, on that Discord, people just go for the chat. For information or anything, they go on YouTube, or they go on Viber, or they go on Reddit. Because let's face it, the Discord does not offer any type of information. They're completely and utterly useless. The only the majority of players that are on that Discord channel are there because of free rewards and codes. But that's kind of it. The serious players do not spend time on that Discord channel because there's no point. And if Evie is watching our live, then by all means challenge it. What exactly does your Discord offer to the players besides mutes and bans and very, very, very idiotic explanations of what this boycott is. I see we have there a lot of discussions regarding the boycott and the people that said they will support the boycott but didn't. I understand your point, but if the people announce the support or lead in states about boycott, then same people spend, so not encouraging for next boycott. That's what I'm saying, and he does have a point, especially how sensitive people treat this boycott. uh, it's not helping for the next ones, because again, I do believe that you're gonna need more than one boycott to get Rise of Empires attention. They will, by the way, by the reaction till now.
Ava,
uh,
it's oh my god, the shot. That's a GM. It's so unexperienced people to talk with people. That's an amazing scene. What I'm saying here on Discord because, like Ava, it's a very good friend, someone that I love from. I was a 78 player. I mean, I think maybe he's playing 90 now. I don't know. And he was a friend of Cesar Brio, very best player of this history of this game. And he asked us on the chat, "Can I talk boycott? Can I say boycott? Just say boycott, not related to the boycott itself." And the GM said, "Okay, you can say boycott." And then he is repeating on the chat, "Boycott, boycott, boycott, boycott." He's spamming. He's an amazing guy. I love this guy. I so he's talking everything like I'm not encouraging a boycott. Please do not boycott. I love this guy. It's amazing. They don't know how to deal with people. That's why I think Discord must be made by people who like the game, who play the game, and who want to teach the game. And that's why we need to improvement with all the relationship between the game. Or you need to change the game. It's okay. That's what I said from the beginning. The game itself, I was saying about a week ago, if the game don't change, maybe we need to discuss a migration, not a migration of states, but maybe a migration of games, and talk to someone able to create a game. And okay, like I'm pretty sure the amount of players that follow us, they easily make spend money on the game to make 20 games like this one.
Wait,
Rise of Empires
but yeah.
isn't a very complex game. The route is very simple to reach. So it's not very hard to find. And so it's easy to make it like a copycat of Rise of Empires. So what about rebuild Rise of Empires with a better gameplay, with a better experience, a better planned grinding, with not so deep grinding like any mature game? Okay,
And
that's
without
what.
being a pay to win game, which is the main thing, to prove that you can make an amazing game and still sustain it with investments from players without hurting the gameplay, without turning it into a pay to win game. But yeah, once we get things rolling and the project gets more complete, I will definitely make a video, or we're gonna make a live, or both, to explain what the game is about, how it's gonna be, and to share more information to you guys. But just so you know, we are working on it. And I personally can't wait for that game to come out. And yes, Discord I only use for rewards. I first tried to get hero formation info, but it wasn't very helpful, especially after hero upgrades. If you ask for hero formation info, you know what you're gonna get? You're gonna get a link to Pablo's site. that's that's
See,
as
guys, on this Viber channel, we have the better guy, the best content creator in the game. Yeah, we have basically 5 to 6 players that create had created a huge amount of content. Okay, writing content, we have Ake from 167. It's an amazing guy. Love him. He's the best content creator from, in my opinion, writing content. Then we have Velaskin from 62, and he's amazing too. And you have me. I'm not the very good one, but I'm the oldest one. And from video content creator, we have Kalistos and Monteiro there. And have a lot of other guys, smaller guys, but also good people. Okay, I have nothing to talk about bad about him. The only guy that made very bad videos stopped playing a while ago, thank God. But most of the good guys is still there active and talking about game development, how the game works, and so it's easy to ask questions. And even people that know a lot of the game but don't make content. It's like you have Raven. All the admins of my channel are pro content and know a lot about the game. So you can tag any admin of the Viber group and he will know a lot of things. So it's a bunch of good people there talking about the game itself. And you, it's not like Discord because Discord have rooms, so it's a lot less space to talk a lot. But it's still a good place to have questions and find the answers.
They have very
I
active players
I,
too.
I
That
try to
that
be
just help.
active on Discord, and not it's not good because people are just there to spam a lot and get free prizes, and that's a shit experience. Because people should not do that. That's something that's ridiculous. Why should I talk like spamming on many channels to show that I know a little bit more of the game than the other guys? You can see the link here. Here, that's the link, Viber link. Uh, so it's a good chance to talk with players. And there, I have rules to I respect the gameplay. So not sell your castles, not share about cheating, and not do not offend people. So it's a kind of experience to bring communities together, but respect the gameplay itself. So I don't incentive people to break the rules. So uh, it's as a good place to talk with people. Okay, very good place to talk with people, and much better than Discord, in my opinion, because Discord it's just a bunch of spammers. Yeah, all the good players, like you see Ava from 7-8. This guy is amazing. He know a lot of the game. He tests a lot of stuff. We talk a lot about Hero. 3D Max from 782. It's another amazing guy. I don't know if 3D Max is still in 78 or he migrated to 90. I'm not sure anymore. But he's an amazing, amazing guy. And there are people that know a lot of the game. And why should you mold a guy that like Kalistos that create a lot of content, teach a lot of people from a gaming channel? So it's not more anymore a gaming channel. It's a company channel, and it's okay. It's fine. So it's just not place for players. We need a place for players to talk about the gaming experience, and the Discord channel isn't that. You can use my channel on Viber. Maybe you can use. We can talk and create Discord ourselves. I don't care, but what is done on Discord channel, it's just ridiculous. We can see now, we can open now and open the global chat, and you see a very, very sad story. Uh, so we need to improve that experience. And that's the mistake of the company. Even the chance to build a connection between players and us, it's a flaw. You open the Discord channel,
They're
it
waiting for
hasn't.
the link to the Viber channel, by the way. Because you keep talking about it, but everybody wants the link to it.
Yeah, I pasted it already 3 times. I passed it 4 times. Okay, no problem. The Viber channel. Viber channel is a chat. It's okay. It's a program like WhatsApp, Telegram, Line, but has a translator built in. So it's easier to merge different culture. They have a very nice translator, better than any other chatting program that I ever used. So you can have it. Just access the link, and you can. It's I have about 3,000, almost 3,000 members on it, so you can join them and ask the questions, and people will answer you. I like it. The only problem, I think, the only cool thing about Discord is because you can have many rooms inside one link, and the Discord don't have it. The Viber don't have it. So it's one room with 3,000 players. So maybe you have a lot of message, but every time you need something, asking a question, see something, you can ask there and have some of the best guys on the game are there. I can say without any questions, like if Kalistos, Pompeo, Velasquez, and Aker, it's there. I don't see a place that you can find better people than there. It's the best place than to have any information.
Um, right. Do we call it a night? I just realized our stream is already at 2 hours and 11 minutes and 51 seconds, 52 seconds, 53 seconds. Coder, I will post, I will leave a comment after the stream is finished. Because Pablo said that he kept putting the link in, but apparently the link doesn't go in the chat. Because
Oh,
I'm looking at the chat, but I don't see any link.
so maybe that's because it's link sharing. Maybe have some kind of protection. I
It
don't know.
can be, but after the stream goes up on YouTube, because it takes a while, especially when it's 2 hours long, I will leave and pin out the comment with the Viber chat.
I think it has a short link. You can enter on my website l96.app/fiber. I think you can find the link there. I'm not sure. Yeah, exactly. l96.com/fiber, and you find the link to the Viber channel.
Let's see if it works like that. Or can I
Yeah.
put the entire link?
Okay. Okay. Oh no. Yeah, I can see your message. Mine isn't working.
Yeah, I can do it because I'm the guy doing the stream. If not even I can post things on my own stream, that would be stupid. But like this,
It's,
right?
yeah. Correct. It's like exactly this one.
Hello, Kami.
People, we will try to do more lives about that, and also to update you. Honey is doing the brilliant work, and with other players, and we try to summarize the all the updates, bring it to our talks here. Maybe Kalistos will do it alone, but we will try to make some lives to bring you together about the steps, not just about any update on the
Koda's
game
still alive.
itself, and maybe updates to the that boycott, and maybe updates to our Tales of Legend, like someone got the name. I don't know how. I have no idea how someone find that name. It's a secret. I have passwords to find his name. But we will try to bring in all updates here.
What's up, MK? We're starting to get a lot of star power around this. We only need Pontel. We need to make one time a live stream with Pontel.
Oh yeah, maybe we can
I
make
need to
a.
talk to him
It
and
just
make a.
it's easier. We can call him to take a tea. The British guys like tea very much. I saw him
The,
on many movies.
but don't tell Pontel. But if we're gonna be doing a live stream with Pont, I'm gonna keep pushing the buttons because I know he cannot say a lot of shit about Rise of Empires. I will keep throwing questions that require him to not say shit, just to put him. Oh, that's gonna be fun.
That's true. That's true.
Koda is still alive. I thought you people quit Rise of Empires. Why are you still?
Koda probably is buying some castle. He have many castles. I think no. I know Koda knows Snoopy. Snoopy's the guy who buy
No,
castles.
Koda was
I remember
Koda
Koda.
was
They
a
burned my ass many
119
times
guy.
when they faced it 119. I was in 96 back in this time.
We love to hate this game. In all fairness, I don't. I'm sick of hating this game. I feel like I'm getting tortured for being a YouTuber for Rise of Empires because I want to quit, but I can't because I have a duty to all my subscribers. But again, if I find a game, or if I am by I, it's more like if we create the game and I have managed to go away from Rise of Empires, hell yes. I am not the type of person that likes to complain about stuff that I have no power in changing. If I don't have any way of changing the things that bother me, then I just go away from the things that bother me. Like in Rise of Empires case, I just quit the game, and I've quit 1.5 years ago. I quit, uninstalled the game, sold my account, happy me. But then the idea with the channel came, and I came back to the game because of the channel. But personally, I wouldn't sit here complaining about Rise of Empires. I would be quitting long time ago. Yeah, that's the point. I know he cannot say nothing against her because he's ambassador, but like I'm not gonna force him. But every time we're gonna be discussing about something, I just want to hear. Because before he became ambassador, when I was talking to Pond about, like, I was joining his live stream also from time to time, and we were talking about all the issues in Rise of Empires. And I know he, he's a player. He knows all the issues. The same like we talk, he also knows them. But the fact that he cannot say them anymore is gonna be the fun part. So I need to talk to Pond to get him to do a live stream. I'm sure that would gonna be interesting. Anybody that has any way of contacting Pod, you can start spamming him, send him PM saying, "Wow, Kalistos said he wants to do a live stream with you. You should definitely say yes," and stuff like that. Push, push his buttons. Say, "Wow, it would be the best. Like Kalistos and Pablo are amazing, but if you would also be on that live stream," and whoa, put the pressure on him.
Yeah, yeah. Push. Let's push Pompeo to talk with, make a live with Kalistos. Will be a pretty one, a very good live. That guy is great. See, people work to make content. We in the USC, you have a pool, not very big, one pool of people create content to the game, and we have zero support. And now Ponteo have a very small support, and that's a very big issue with a company making millions a month with our work here. That's an issue.
Yeah, again, I totally understand the position he's in now. This is why I refused their offer because I didn't want to be in a position where I had just have to say the good stuff about Rise of Empires. Like I had sponsorships. I had other games that I'm making videos for, and I was playing the game. So obviously I was in a contracted position. I was actually getting paid, by the way, not like Pont. A contracted position to say all the good stuff about the game, but I never sugarcoated the game. You can ask all the players in my alliance and all the people in the state I was playing in that game. If there was something shit, it was something shit, and I wasn't just saying it to the players. I was also saying it to the developers because it was a problem. So whenever I found something that was bad for the players, I would directly contact the developers and say about it, and then they would just say thank you for your input, we're gonna start working on it as soon as possible. Nobody was telling me, dude, what are you doing, don't say bad things about the game. That just happens in Rise of Empires because these greedy fucks just don't care. That's as simple as it is. But yeah, story of Rise of Empires. I feel like I really hope that this entire thing with the boycott is gonna work out. That players are not just gonna give in and be like, well, it didn't work, we should stop here. Again, you're not losing nothing. On the contrary, you are gaining something. So just keep pushing the developers until they say yes. They don't have a choice. So just go for it, guys. push everybody in your alliances, push everybody in your states, keep telling them to reduce their spending. The more the money stops running into their pockets, the more they have to listen.
Yeah, that's a thing. Bring people close to this movement is something very good. People need to build a better place to be. Not if you have we have a game experience in being destroyed, and you also have even a terrible experience in even the gaming Discord. So maybe we need to have think our relationship with the game. We don't want to ruin the experience at all. We just want to be heard. And I think we have a very big number of players trying to make it, and they need to listen to us. They can't think that they're just releasing stuff. It's like Kalistos said once, they found a bug, and they will release a new skin to fix that bug. And they can't be they can't do things like that. They need to talk with us and listen to us because we don't want to destroy the game itself. It's the opposite. I have 3 years of content created. We have 3 years of friendship. We have 3 years of a lot of knowledge made about the game. So when they do stuffs, they need to talk with us just to make that bridge work. Yeah. So that's all we want to. It's being heard. It's just to talk and make our bridge work.
Did you guys see the other YouTuber who went through and dissolved all his heroes? No, I didn't. Only thing I know is Mr. Jill that went on a rampage talking shit about Rise of Empires and why he's quitting before he quit Rise of Empires. But that also meant his entire channel went to shit. And in all
You on Discord, the thing is so weird. People, the GMs are deleting your videos about content, bro. I just saw the guy sharing your video about Eden, your review about Eden, and it was just deleted on my front. I was looking at it. So
so now they're
it's
deleting all of my content.
so they are deleting even videos about talking about Eden. So I don't even need to say anything else.
Oh
It's what
yes.
they're building. I think, please, guys, anyone looking on have time to message me on Viber that are able to create a Discord channel, a nice Discord channel. I have a channel made. I try to add bots. I can add you as admin. Let's build a Discord channel of the
Oh,
community, an unofficial Discord channel too. Okay.
we could use Raven though. Raven has a
Maybe
good.
I was willing to talk with her, but it's her place. I don't know if she wants. I need to talk with her before and ask her and work on it with
But
her
on the
before because
contrary,
I
she's
I
still
love
gonna be managing the entire channel. It's still gonna be her channel. We're just gonna be bringing the heat.
yeah because I would share her channel everywhere because it's a good very good place for information. So, but. Uh, I need to talk with her if we want to because it's I think it's important to make it this unofficial stuff to put Rise of Empire unofficial channel. I think that's hurt the GMs. That's unofficial hurt them very much. That's I think we can build something from that. Yeah.
But
Uh,
I really actually let me check. I'm curious. I cannot check because I've quit the bloody channel. But I'm very curious if they actually deleted all my videos from their Discord
no, hey,
because
people.
that
The
bitch
guy
doesn't
just
like
posted
me.
a random video about to talk about Eden, not to boycott, and he got deleted. And this is not a simple guy. It's some that spenders that pay to appear with pink name. So it's some kind of people who are chasing you now, chasing your name, chasing your content. It's amazing, God. We are done. We are bothering them.
I wonder if you get muted for saying Kalistos now.
I will not try because I like to watch this channel. It's very fun. I don't want to be ban it, but I believe that soon this girl will find my name and ban me. I think I will change my name. That's a very good idea. I will change my name to Santa Claus, so she will not never find me.
I'm gonna make a new account and call it Kalistos' biggest fan. I'm trying to understand what they think they're accomplishing by deleting my videos. Do they think they hurt me? It's not like, I mean, that what the
I don't know, bro.
like
That's
Jesus
something
Christ, the
very unique.
logic. Like my brain just keeps giving me errors trying to find logic in what they're doing, but how stupid are you? Because I'm sure some of them are watching my videos, because every time I said something bad about the game, the next week you could see a new update hit the game about what Kalistos was talking about. It's like, so I know they're watching, but I
I
didn't
mean,
know that they're such big fans of me.
no, I'm impressed, bro. I just saw it. That's not someone talking to me. That a guy, someone, a spender who's on Discord channel. He has a pink line, so he paid to have a pink line, and he pasted Constantine just wrote Callistus. Let's see if they will delete his his message. It's impressive, bro. They delete a normal video. Was not your protest video. It was a normal video. That, bro, that's
Then I can say my job is done.
let's create a Discord channel. I have a Discord channel. We have Raven Discord channel too. I will talk to Raven if she want to make their channel something more uh, uh, populated, uh, or if we can use the Discord channel that I made. I don't care anymore about what will be. Let's build a Discord channel to the community, to they talk what they want. That's important.
Konstantin
That's important.
Kostika, you need to write. Kalistos is the best YouTuber. You should check out his videos. He has the best, because that's pretty much something that they're gonna be irritated about. Because you're promoting me on their Discord when I said I don't need them. But this is where the fine line is. Is one thing to say that I don't need them, but to mute the players that want to see my videos, that's a different fucking story, bro. What did the players do?
No,
Like,
bro, I just saw a guy got their video deleted. Was a eating video. It was not it talking about in the company and teaching about it. It was kind of a review about the game. So amazing, amazing. That's very pretty thing to see.
but no,
Amazing.
Rise of Empires is an amazing game. Woohoo!
Make a video called "I Love Rise of Empires." I did, and we will share that. Just that I love Rise of Empires. You just make like two thumb ups for images here, and it's a 5 second video that's saying you will open the video, say I'm lying, and finish the video, and we share that. See if they will delete.
I will make one actually tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'll make one. I'll make a full sarcasm mode.
Guys, see, Bernie B is sharing that on any of my posts about the boycott. I share all the links. Please join them. It's the best way to get the information about the boycott is being with with them. They have a very active line group, a very active the Viber group. I didn't join it yet. I will join now. The Discord group because I don't really use Discord. I'm not a big fan of Discord, but it's a very good experience to to have the information about the boycott itself and about any steps that we will do because any step that Ronnie be asked should be done about the boycott, I will follow. So I am with her on that, and I will motivate all players that like my work to do the same, because it's something that we want to improve the game experience. We don't want to harm the game company. We want a long-term game company like Blizzard or Activision or Riot Games. We just want to improve the game experience at all. So I will follow her and her recommendation, because I think it's a good start to improve the game.
But B, of course, I'm enjoying this. Look, just to clarify what type of a person I am. So I know I don't, I don't have a filter actually when I talk, and I tend to be over expressive with my opinions and sometimes a bit over the top. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying that I'm right every single time I say stuff about people or about something, but when I see reactions like this, like what's happening with the Discord things, for example, then I am definitely gonna enjoy it, because what they're doing now is literally the definition of terrorism, where you are getting banned for not having an opinion that they like. And this is stuff like this, for me, it just uh, makes me want to be even more aggressive, even more over the top, just to show them that they cannot control the opinions of people. So the more Rise of Empires is acting like this, the more aggressive Kalistos is going to get, just because I can. And I'm like this in real life as much as I am on YouTube. It's not because I'm online and I can say whatever I want because nobody knows where I am in München, Germany. Uh, I, this is exactly the same person you're gonna meet in real life. If I have something to say, I will say it, and it doesn't matter if it hurts people's opinions. There's a big difference between being polite, being nice, and just being, like muted, afraid of having an opinion that might hurt people's feelings, even though that opinion is uh, makes sense. Especially when the people that you're having an opinion of are the people that are insulting you. And in this case, we're talking about Rise of Empires as being the people that insult the players with their actions, and in this case with their words and what they say on Discord. They deserve way worse than I'm giving them, and I will try to offer it to them because I'm such a generous guy. my 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 favorite thing would be if the community is just gonna keep spamming them either with the boycott video, either with anything else, and just force them to keep muting players to the point where they don't have a, like, they just show their colors of how disgraceful and disgusting they are. And whenever they try to give themselves as, oh, we are a game and we care about the community, how can you say you care about the community, because you've been muting and banning players left and right just because you wanted, just because you didn't have a bloody reason, you just wanted to do it and abuse your power.
I think I am not seeing my own message on your screen, Kalistos. Can you check if I am muted?
Of course I muted you. What type of a question is that?
Because I have no reason. I'm trying to write anything. Hello, let me try to repeat the best YouTuber channel in the world.
Hello,
I
hello,
don't I
hello.
don't see I don't see my message on
I see your
the on your.
message. You wrote hello, hello, hello.
Okay. So please write to the people, airline6.app/Viber, because you wrote .com. So /app.
Whenever you want to write a link, don't write, like, put some space in between .com, so it doesn't become a link. And if it doesn't become a link, it's just some text, so the chat is gonna take it. So when it gets to the .com, You put a space before the dot, and then it's not a link. But the people watching it can copy it and just delete that space to use the link. Take it from a Romanian. We know how to cheat the rules.
Okay, I just wrote it. Can you see?
Nope.
So it's here, bro. It's here. I'm saying the fucking. Well, I would take a screenshot to show you. I'm not.
Write me on WhatsApp and I will put it in the chat. I think that's the easier way.
Okay, what's up?
Unless the chat froze, one of the two. But I don't think so. I do have to give a shout out to everybody that's still in the live stream. We're still at 38 viewers. So
Yeah.
anybody that stayed till the end, thank you very much for the support. Hope you're getting your entertainment. But I already put this one in the chat.
Now you wrote .com.
You could have just
I
said.
didn't. I didn't saw that. I didn't was .com. It was .app.
Kalistos, I need to PM Legion General with my Viber. Can you help? If you use that link I just put in the chat, you're gonna go into the main Viber chat that we have for the unofficial, and then there you can find me, him, and everybody else there. If you don't like this game, don't play it. That's the best boycott. Fair enough, but some people like the community and not necessarily the game. So trying to save the game so that the community doesn't go to shit is not really a bad intention. Personally, I would have just ran a long time ago, but I do understand that point also. Can anybody confirm if the link works now? It was my mistake because I've put the .com and not the app part. Please don't report me.
To copy, you need to copy the link.
Copy it and put it in a browser or something. And then it's gonna send you directly to Viber from that.
Oh my fuck. It works for one guy at least. Okay. We got one guy. Okay, it's fine. It's a improvement.
It's a win. Yeah, you just have to copy it.
Okay, two guys, bro. We a fair big one. That's a
YouTube has a problem with links. I don't know what's their problem there. I mean, I understand if others would post links, like who the hell is this Legion General trying to put links in Kalistos live stream? But if Kalistos is putting links in his live stream, then I don't understand what the bloody problem would be. But anyway, just copy it in a browser and then it will send you directly to Viber. I actually, you probably said it as a joke, Honeybee, but I actually mean it seriously. First of all, the same like with the boycott, there's nothing you lose from it. So getting muted or banned on Discord, you're not losing nothing, trust me. You're not missing out on nothing on that Discord channel. But it does send a message the same way the boycott does. So I would definitely do full-on spamming mode. By the way, Pablo, you froze again.
Okay, let me find. We need to. Okay. Hope you work it. No? Yes.
What?
I can hear you. I try to turn on and off my webcam, but I think it is don't work this
Oh
time.
no, it's not from you. because I
Oh,
just realized that in the messenger you're moving. It's just on the stream that you froze. So it's probably
okay.
my computer being like, oh, this stream is so long, bro. Huh? Everybody else managed to copy past. So
Genie, try to copy the message. Don't even let me copy paste. Okay, it's a very short link. You can write it. It's l96.app/Viber. It's very, very simple. You can copy.
true.
It's very short. That's a good
But
thing of have a very short website.
true. Good marketing strategy there. All the game is based on tricks, so they make us to pay to specific offers from the equipment point of view, where they give you so rare certain materials, from Eden point of view, where they make you, and finished. But guys, we're getting closer and closer to 3 hours. As much as I want to say I'm proud of everybody that stuck with us till the end, I do also want to finish the live stream because, first of all, as you can see, Pablo is already frozen. That
Again.
that's my computer saying, dude, that's enough. And I hope we answered a lot of the questions. I will try to always announce when we're going to be doing the next live stream, and we're going to be coming with more videos about a lot of the subjects. Thank you for the support. Yeah, he's Brazilian. He's slow. I mean, we were late with the entire live stream because of him, so it's normal.
It's fine, guys. Let's doing another live stream soon. Uh, Thank you very much for your attention. Hope to see you all soon again and bring you some good news from the Boycott group and improving the game experience at all. Okay.
So once I personally get any new information regarding the boycott, then I will definitely make a video and talk about it, or we're gonna be doing another live stream and we're gonna be talking about it. But you're gonna be uh, well informed. Don't worry about it. Steven, unfortunately, you came at the end, bro. But hello. And Shelby, yeah, I know. Kalistos from Kala, but the name comes from Greek, ancient Greek actually. If you ever play Zeus, Master of Mythology, and you look up the random names that you can choose from the game, one of them is Kalistos, and that's how Kalistos was born 10 years ago. And since then, I stuck up with the Greek name because nobody else uses Kalistos. Yasu. But again, thank you very much, guys. Thanks again, Pablo, for joining another live stream, and
Great.
we'll keep you guys informed with anything new coming. Have a great evening or a great day, depending where you are on the planet.